Hello everyone and welcome to Tipsy, where we actually provide you with top betting tips, tricks and strategy that you can actually use to improve your chances of winning by up to 99%. So if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button for new post notifications and updates. And for more details, do not forget to check the links in the description of this video. Without wasting any much time, let's dive directly into our today's episode. So in our today's episode, we are going to be introducing you to an app that you can actually use to improve your winning chances by up to 99%, and the tips and strategy that you can actually implement to make sure that you use this app appropriately to find matches that will help you win more. So of course, the first step that you will need to take is to make sure that you locate your Play Store and click on it. Once as you are here, make sure to come to the search bar icon here and type SofaScore and click on the search button, and you are going to be displayed with this result. For me, you can see it shows open here because I've already installed the app. This is how it looks like from the inside. The SofaScore app looks like from the inside. But now we are going to be introducing you to the top tricks that you can actually implement to come out with the best possible choices of match selection when it comes to using this app. Once as you have installed this successfully onto your device, make sure that you open the app and you'll be taken to this board. Once as you are here, by default, let me go back. Once as you are here, by default, this is what you are going to see. You are going to see menus up here. We are going to see matches, favorite, and leaks. So here we can make selection, we can make use of this watch icon that is up here by making sure that time of matches as well as recent ongoing games are being displayed by making sure we switch on this button. Once that is being switched, we can therefore go ahead to make sure that we also make use of this calendar that you can see here. When you click there, this calendar is going to open to you, and you can actually select which particular date that you actually want to make your picks from that date. So as an example, I'm going to select Saturday the 12th as an example. So this is Saturday the 12th. I'm going to make sure that I select Saturday the 12th. Once that is being done, what you are going to notice is that only matches on that date that you have selected will actually be displayed to you. Once that is being done, the next step is to make sure that you go ahead to create an account so that the matches which you are going to find and add to your favorite will be displayed to your profile, so that is going to reduce your work of making sure that you go again and repeat the process step by step. So what to do is to make sure that once as you are in this app, just make sure that you locate this icon which is actually here from the sidebar. You can actually click on it and they will ask you to actually sign up. Once as you do that, for me, for example, I already have my profile. You can see I've already created an account. I've created an account here, and now my profile is being displayed here. So for you, you will need to create your account. And once your account is being created, now the next step is to make sure that you will now look for those matches and implement those strategies which I am about to show you. Now, once as you have selected the date, and now the matches based on that date are being displayed to you, what you need to do, let's give it an example. I'm going to select, make sure that you choose only those teams which you think are the best teams that you want to use or you want to pick games from. Or you can still go by default or without any selection and choose any league or any particular category of games, like in the England League, in the Spanish, Germany, whatever country that you actually want to, whatever category of country that you actually want to select, we all depend on you. As an example, I'm going to go for Germany as an example so that we see how to implement the strategy which I'm about to show you. Here, I will click on this drop-headed arrow on Germany or just click directly on it. Once you do so, when you click directly on it, what will happen is all those matches on that particular date which you have selected will be displayed to you. Now, this is where the strategy will start to be coming in. Once as you are here, let's say as an example, I want to choose Hofin. This I will just choose any team here to go for as an example. As an example, let me say I will come here for the first game. Let's start with the first one, like 1899 Hoffenheim versus Wolfsburg. What I'm going to do is, first of all, once I'm here, just click on that particular match on that category of league. Once as you click on it, what will happen is you are going to, this result will be displayed to you. And by default, you are going to see details by default as it is here. When this details area is being shown to you, just make sure to scroll. And here, what you are going to see is you are going to see the league position of these teams. Like for Wolfsburg, it is number 11 in its league table. And for Hoffenheim, it's actually number 9 in this table. And you can see that by the numbers which are being displayed by the side of the logo of that team. Once that is being done, what you need to do is to make sure that since as you are going to select the lesser number, that's the number which is the best in its league table. In this case, Hoffenheim is the best in its table. You can see Hoffenheim, it is number 9. Number 9 is the best here, which according to these two matches displayed here, it is showing that Hoffenheim is playing home. In other words, the home advantage is also there. So what you are going to do is you are going to select number 1. You can see this line which is actually here. They're asking you who will win. So now what we are going to do is just make sure to select the number of that team and choose the favorite position where it is found. For this case, number 9 is Hoffenheim, and Hoffenheim is found at home. So because Hoffenheim is in a better position on the league table, I'm going to select it as number 1 since it is home, because 1 represents home and 2 represent away. So this time they will ask me who will win. What I'm going to do is I will select 1, which is the favorite team here as shown on this 9 and 11 on the table. I will choose 1, and what will happen is I will have a small bit of analysis which people that have actually voted have displayed this result already to me in a small way. So if you see as an example, we have 51% of people have actually voted that Hoffenheim is going to win, and we have 22% that have actually voted in the fact that the away team, that is Wolfsburg, is going to win, and 27% has actually voted as a draw. In this case, I already have an idea that Hoffenheim is the favorite game team or favorite team in this match. The next thing that you want to do is to make sure that you come to this area that actually says standings. Here on standings, we are going to make sure that we locate these two teams on the standing table. Since we already know that it is number 9 and number 11 as the number which were displayed to us from the front page before we came here, what we need to do next is we are going to see the matches played and the differences and points here. But here, of course, by default, you are not going to see everything. What you need to do is to make use of this small icon that is actually here. Just click on this small icon and choose full. What will happen is all the result will be displayed to you, and this time you can actually now make a full readings of whatever is actually happening here. Like for example, Hoffenheim have actually played 13 matches, they have actually win 5, they have actually draw 3, and they have lose 5. And out of the 13 matches that they have played, they have actually scored 19 goals, conceding 16. Same way as its opponent has played 13, winning 4, draw 5, and let's go back. I've just touched the away team losing 4, scoring 20 goals and conceding 19. Here we already have an idea of what is happening. But the most important point here in this particular app is to make use of this area that says matches. It is the most important point. And I would like you to pay the greatest attention here, because this is where we make the most application, the most applied case here, so that we make the best possible choice of pick. Here you have to come to this area that says matches, click on it, and you are going to see this. Now, this is where the idea comes in. So what is the idea here? Our idea is to make sure that the first thing is to screw this table, because here if you look at this area, you are going to see Wolfsburg no lose 7. You are going to see Hoffenheim no wins 3. These numbers that you see displayed by the sidebar is very relevant. But we are going to make use of only one case here. And the case is to make sure that we come to an area where both of the team's logo are displayed. Like you can see, both of these two logos are displayed. We have Hoffenheim and Wolfsburg here, and we have it here again. We also have it here, and we also have it here. There are 4 places that have been displayed in this particular place. The first here is actually more than 2.5 goals, and the readings is 5/5. Is to tell you that an over 2.5 goal is very possible here. The next is this area of both team to score. It is actually 8/8. It means that both team to score here is very, very high. The possibility is really high. And the next here is less than 4.5 cut. You can see 8/10. And less than 10.5 corner, you can see 6/6. Here, this is where the explanation of this area comes in. When you see, for example, more than 2.5 goal as 5/5, it is good. When it is 4/5, it is good. When it is 3/5, it starts being a problem because it is a little bit downward. So you have to make sure that if it is 8, for example, it should be 8/8 or 7/8. Go for it. But when it starts becoming 6/8, it's a problem. When it is 10, make sure it is either 10/10 or 9/10 or 8/10. When it starts coming to 7/10 and it starts to lack by a bigger number, make sure to avoid it. As an example, we are going to the next one in this area that says less than 4.5 cut. Here we have 8/10. That's not bad. But when it is 7/10, it starts being an issue. Here, less than 10.5 corner, 6/6 is good. But when it starts being 3/6 or 4/6, you start to doubt. So what we have to do is to make sure that we pick only those games or matches with the number over its number. If it is 5, it should be 5/5, which means it's great. If it is 6, it should be 6/6, which means it's very great. If it is 7, 7/7, great. But when it is 7 and we have something like 2/7, is poor. Don't go for it. 3/7, don't go for it. 4/7, don't go for it. 5/7 is not too bad. 6/7, good. 7/7, perfect. So it is the numbers that are displayed on this side which actually tell us what to actually choose. And now, let's say as an example, we have actually choose this particular game. What you need to do next is to make sure you can see this is actually the match here, like Hoffenheim playing versus like Wolfsburg. No, this is actually the team here. You can see they are head-to-head. Here we don't have any head-to-head. Okay, of course, let's scroll down. The next part is to make sure that we check for the head-to-head. You can see the head-to-head. Now is the time to check the performance rate of how this team actually played when they actually met. And make sure to check by the most recent, like 2000, now is 2022. Of course, we should choose 2022 as this one, which is here. We can see that when they met the most recent match, we have 2:1. That is over 2.5 goal. So you can see that over 2.5 goal here is possible. So you can as well go for an over 1.5 as well as an over 2.5. But to stay on the safe side, when you see something like this and you check for the head-to-head and the number of goals is not that too much, you can actually go for an over 1.5. But when the goals between the head-to-head between both teams, when they actually meet is much, then you can actually go for over 2.5 goals. And once as that is being checked, now what you need to do next is to come back to the match section. As you can see the match here, make sure to click on this notification bell icon to enable it and choose OK. When you do that, that particular match will be added to your favorite. And when you do that, go to the next, like for example, Leverkusen and Stuttgart. Check the same thing again. When you click on that team, allow it to open and you are going to see details by default. From the details by default, just scroll down and make sure that you choose which number is nearer, 14 and 16. 14 is nearer, and the 14 is actually the home team. So the home team means it's actually number 1. You click on number 1 and see the rating, how people have actually voted. It's actually going to give you an idea on what to go for. If you actually, especially for those of you who actually like to go for home to win or away to win. But for those of you who want to go with goals, especially which is the most safest, always make sure to go to matches menu, which is very, very relevant here. This time, once that is being done, you can go to standings and make sure that you locate those teams on the standing table, see their performances as they played both home and away, and you can actually check the home and away performances by making sure that you choose the home here as it is in this menu. You can choose the home and you are going to see the performances of both teams when they're actually home, as well as you can choose away to see the performances of this team when they're actually away. After that is being done, make sure to come to the most relevant menu, which is actually the matches. Once as you come to this area, start to locate the numbers which are actually by the sidebar here. Once as you locate those numbers, try to check especially in the area where both of the teams have actually met. Like you can see here, both of the logos are being displayed. Here in these cases, we have 2 times that they have actually been displayed. In an area where we have an over 2.5 goals and in an area where we have less than 10.5 corner. This time we have to check what number is actually over which number. Here we have 4/5, which is not that too bad. 4/5 or 2.5 goal. In this case, go for an over 1.5, but because it is just 4/5. When it is 5/5, you can now start to go for over 2.5. When it is 4/5, you can go for over 1.5. So that is how the trick is being applied here. When it is 10/10, you can go for an over 2.5 without an issue. When it is 9/10, 2.5 is still good. When it is 8/10, start to go for an over 1.5 because it is already coming down. When it is 7 or 6/10, still start to look for an over 1.5. When it is 4/10, don't even go for it, or 5/10, just avoid it. The next step is to scroll down and try to check for the head-to-head of both teams when they meet. Here, make sure that you choose the most recent head-to-head. Don't go for 2018 or 2019, for which we are in 2022 as an example. Here we have 2022, just one time they have actually met, and in this case, this match actually ended as 4/2, which is that is 6 goals. It's an over 1.5, it is an over 2.5, it's an over 3.5, and whereas an over 4.5 and even 5.5. But to stay on the safe side, 2.5, as you have actually seen here, is actually a good choice to make. But because it is 4/5 now, which is actually here, to be very sure and no risk, it is actually good to go for an over 1.5, which is no risk. Once as that is being done, you can actually come back again. You can come back one step behind to locate the particular match which you were checking. And if that meets your need, make sure to enable it and accept it to be added to your favorite. Do the same process, go to the next one and repeat the same process. You are going to see the matches. You are going to see details. Make sure to come again down. See which one is favorite. 13 is the favorite, which is the home. 13 is here and 13 is the most favorite, which is here. It is home. Choose one and have an idea of how people have actually voted. The next step now is to go to the standings. Once you are in the standing area, check how they have actually performed here based on the play rate. And you can actually check the performances of the home teams, how they actually play when they are actually home and the away. After that is being done, make sure you use the most relevant area, which is the matches. Once you are here, now try to look for the cases where both teams have actually met and their logo displayed. That is when you can go only for those choices. In this case, we have it only here for corners and as also cut. For corners here, we have less than 10.5 corner. In the case of 2.5, we just have only one of the team displayed. So it's not good to choose one over because only one of the team is being displayed. So let's go for an area where both of the logos are displayed, like here, over 10.5 corner and here over 4.5 cut. In this case, I would like to go for corner. For corner, it is 4/5, which means less than 10.5 corner is good. But once it is 3/5, it is good to go for less than 11.5 or 12.5. Start to make the corners to go upward. Less than 10.5 corner when it is 4/5. When it is 5/5, perfect, it is good. You can go for less than 10.5. When it is 3/5, 10.5 start to be risky. Make sure to increase it up like over less than 11.5, or you start make sure to check this value correctly. And once that is being done, just make sure now you can come to the head-to-head and see what happened. But since in this case only corner result or prediction is being displayed to us, we can go for corner. In this case, we don't have goals where it was being displayed or not. In this case, just make sure you go back one step, go to the next, and repeat the same process and check for goals or more than 1.5 or more than 2.5 or corner or cut. After that all have been added, to your favorite as it has been showed based on the notification that is actually here. The next step now, once as you are done with all of the thing, now you just come now to your profile that you have created. Just click on your profile. You are going to see view profile. Click on view profile and you are going to come here. Just make sure to come to predictions on your profile. Just make sure to choose the prediction menu. When you click there, you are going to see all the games that you have actually added on your profile, and you can now start selecting those games and including them in your sleep based on the selection that you actually made. You can now open it one by one as it is now here, and now check again once more or one time again to see what choices you made. You can go back to the matches area and make sure that you see which choices in all cases where both logos were displayed and what choice you actually made. Once that is being done, you can now go and include it in your slip and add them one by one until you have a full slip that you can actually make sure that you put your bet. So this is actually how you can actually use this trick to improve your chances of winning by up to 99%. So thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment and subscribe for new post notifications and updates, and see you again in our next episode. And now I know my